you, not just shit. No work to do, shit shut down. Shit open up, who go back. Who close up, who will attach. Who gonna answer, who gonna text. Who going outside and who come back. Shit we both don't know because we both black. Yes, Wale. Come on, well. I knew that was Eric Bellinger. Why did they lie and say that was not him on the hook? Like, I don't know that man's voice. Anywho, hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to the Bibliophile's Bookcase. We are here to discuss Miss Shanee. I'm gonna get it right one day. Desire, the Arranged Heart series, and I believe this is a 6-part by 6 different authors. Let me double check because I think I've read 4 of them, 4 or 5. And I'm waiting on Miss Kimberly Brown, who is coming out on freaking Friday. Because at first I thought I wanted to do like all of them together, and I was like, maybe I want to separate them and do an episode for each book. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet. But let's see. So there's passion, tension. What's the other one? Desire, like I said, so that's 3. Allure, which is 4. So 4. So it's 5, right? Because that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, embrace. Okay, I was like, no, I missed one. So it's 6. Yeah, so that's 5, and I'm waiting on Kimberly Brown on Friday. So anyway, let's jump into Desire, as I always do. Let me read the synopsis, and then we're going to jump into the story, honey. Okay, so we start off with the definition of desire. A strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Unsettled. That is the word Desire Chambers uses to describe how she feels. Although her preschool students bring her joy, her personal life needs resurrecting. Come on, Christ. She loved to get married, but the dating scene lacks quality men. Most barely boyfriend material and definitely not fit to be someone's husband. At 35, her hope of finding the man of her dreams and becoming a wife is fading fast. Baby, you only 35. I'm saying that like I ain't read this. As is the idea of having children of her own. One lonely Friday night, after being stood up for the 3rd time, she sees an ad for Arranged Hearts on social media. Her interest is piqued, and before she second guesses herself, she completes the online profile. Once she presses submit, things move rapidly, and she finds herself agreeing to spend the rest of her life with a man she's never met. Azeel Harris has to make some lifestyle changes since he plans on running for a 2nd term as mayor of his hometown. His image has taken some major hits as of late, with women coming out of the woodworks to stake their claim on him. Not to mention, he's raising his sassy 3-year-old daughter, Azaria, alone, and single fatherhood as a 42-year-old is harder than running the city. Unbeknownst to him, his assistant completes a profile for him with Arranged Hearts. Initially, he refuses to go through with the process, but knowing a team of people are counting on him to continue his reign as mayor, he agrees to marry a woman he's yet to meet. Desire and Azeel don't expect marrying a stranger to be easy, but neither of them are prepared for the obstacles thrown their way. Will the Arranged Hearts commit to forever, or will I do turn into I don't? Alrighty, my beautiful people, so let's get started. So, as you know in the synopsis, Desire, she's a preschool teacher, and she happens to teach baby girl Azaria. I think that's what I say, right? Azaria. It changes in my mind. And she's the daughter of the mayor of the city, and he makes it his business every day to come pick up his daughter, so he can not only spend time with her, but also so he can flirt with Miss Desire. And Desire ain't going. She like, you a known playboy, like you a single father as the mayor, and you're constantly seen out with a different woman all the time. And he's like, well, I'm single, and I do what I do, honey. So she pays him no mind. So she was I believe, at a restaurant waiting for her date. And he stood her up. So she's frustrated. And she's like, I'm ready to get married. And she sees the ad for arranged hearts and is basically thinking, why not? And I know I was trying to be a little shady in the beginning when I said she's only 35, but it's me at 31 right now. I had to think, I'm like, how old am I? My birthday ain't here yet. I'm not 32 yet. It's me at 31, like, I'm gonna be alone forever. When is my happily ever after coming? When is my book bay coming to real life at 31? So it's just like, girl, I ain't gonna give you too much, Miss Desire. So, what was it? So she puts in the ad and she doesn't want to tell anybody because she's like, she already know how her family gonna act. And she's like, baby, I'm not doing this with y'all. I don't want y'all to know. And then she does tell them. Now, I'm gonna get this out the way early. Her family got on my motherfucking nerves. And when I say that, I mean, like, she did tell them. So when her family found out she was doing this, they gave her flack. More so her sisters. I think it was her sisters that really got on my nerves because it's like they would question every decision she made, and then after she explained herself, and they'd be like, "Well, we went through the same thing. So why are we giving my girl a hard time then if y'all did the exact same thing? It's her turn to experience it." I was just like, I wanted to flip, but I was like, families do this, they go through this, so we just gonna move on past it. And then, then we have Azil, who is the mayor. He's busy, he got things going on, and his assistant tells him, if you're gonna run for second term, it's time for you to settle down. They're not going to elect you for a second term when you're this known playboy, which I never got about politics. And no matter how many times people explain it or try to make it make sense, it doesn't. Because if somebody is a politician, it's like you want to see them as a family person, because for some reason that makes people think that they're going to be better at their job. But for me, and I'm only speaking for me personally, things like politicians and cops, I feel like you kind of do a better job if you don't have a family. And I know that probably sounds messed up to say, but in my mind, it works. And no, I won't be going into further detail. So, she signs him up for arranged hearts and is like, this is going to be good for you. It'll look good for you. Whoop-de-whoop, whatever. And at first he's like, girl, no. Because first of all, let's talk about baby girl Azaria. It's like, I'm just finna marry a random woman and bring her around my daughter just because. And at this point we wondering, like, hold on, where's her mama at? Did she die? Like, what's going on? He don't want to talk about her. So, anywho, we get to... Oh, and I forgot to mention, with every book, which I like, they do an interview process. So they're sitting down with a matchmaker who asks them questions, and it's just like, so how do you feel about family? How do you feel about alone time? Like, what do you want from your partner? What type of education do they have to have? Like, what are you looking for as far as being taken care of or taking care of somebody else? Like, all that type of stuff. So it's like, they're not just reading whatever you put online, like, boom, bam, we're gonna slap you all together. It's like, we are really focusing on trying to get two people married together, because it's just like they couldn't seem to meet on their own, so we're gonna put them together. You know what I mean? And so I think at first Desire's parents, they weren't with it. I don't think her dad was gonna walk her down the aisle, like nothing like that. But of course, the day of, family shows up for family, and we're gonna get this thing cracking. Now, I think she knew before he even turned around who he was. Oh no, I think I'm conflating that with what's the one I just read? Embrace. I think that's the one I missed. So anyway, but when they turn around and see that it's each other, it's like, oh, I've been attracted to you all this time anyway, so it's a done deal. And that was the thing, like I told y'all, Azil was always flirting with her every time he picked up baby girl. And although she was attracted to him, it's like, you a player, I'm not getting involved with you. But on the low, she was crushing on him. So things, like, they go very quickly. You know what I mean? Like, since the vibe was already there, And he was like, so this was just fate. It was meant to be. They're making things work. She's still working at the school. Baby girl, I think she's still in her classroom. Like everything's just flowing. But while they're getting to know each other and like move into their new life, she's getting messages like, he don't fall in love, you a fool if you think this gonna last, like whatever. And when he announces, I guess, what do you want to say to the world or to the city that they're in, that he's married, everybody's like, how? We just saw you last week at an event with somebody else. Like, were you cheating then? And it's like, no, but that's not your business to know. Like, I'm married now, and I wasn't cheating on my wife. Like, mind y'all business. And when Azil introduces Desire to his assistant, what was that heifer's name? Tammy. Baby, I was ready to punch Tammy in her goddamn throat. Cause she was just overstepping. Like, even that very first day when Azil is telling her, like, we're gonna be doing this, and I'm gonna need you to pick out some dresses, Tammy's gonna help you figure out what to say to the media, like all that type of stuff. And Tammy like barges her way upstairs into their bedroom. They kiss and they doing a little flirt. And he turn around like, didn't I tell you I was bringing her downstairs? Like, what are you doing up here? So she's like, my bad. She leaves. And Desire's trying to get herself together before she go downstairs, because it's like, I'm catching up. Like, women know. Like, I'm already catching what that bitch throwing. And Azil is getting with her, and she's like, I apologize. It's gonna take some getting used to you having someone else around. But it's just like, even as his assistant, why do you feel comfortable to just burst into his bedroom without knocking, nothing like that? And like I said, Desire already know what it is. She's like, that bitch wants you. And of course, him being a man, he like, no, it ain't even like that. We brother and sister. And she's like, y'all gonna stop using that shit for people that y'all are not blood related to. Okay? Because you calling that bitch your sister, she want to be everything but a sister. So, and throughout the book, Desire and Tammy, they keep bumping heads because Desire like, I see what's going on. Azil is refusing to see what's going on. And it's like, even because Azil with his family, he has sisters, and when they all get together, they family, they both love each other. It's like I said, it's a match made in heaven. The sisters was like, we been told him that heifer wanted him, and he act like he just couldn't wrap his mind around it. And so those messages that she was getting, she wasn't telling him about, because she like, I'm not gonna bother him with this. I'll just figure it out on my own. And so it got to the point though where that last message said, I'm coming for what's mine, or some shit like that. So she had to tell him. Rightfully so, he went off, because he's like, why would you hide something like this from me? Like, if anything would have happened to you or even my daughter, like, I wouldn't have known nothing because you didn't say nothing. And so he takes her phone. He got detective friends. He's like, we finna find out who's sending these fucking messages, and let that be that. And so then out of nowhere, they're having like a family barbecue dinner, whatever. Here come Azaria's mama banging at the door. Her name Iris. And so, she ain't been here the whole time. Like, how the hell she pop up? And he told Desire that when she got pregnant, they weren't a couple. He's never been in a relationship with anybody. He just do his thing and keep it moving. She got pregnant, and then she said she didn't want no baby, so she was gonna have an abortion. So I'm jumping ahead because he didn't tell her this yet, but I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, then we're gonna get into it. So he begged her not to have an abortion. He promised to marry her as long as she had the baby. So it's just like, and then he told her she could plan the wedding, and all the while she's planning the wedding, he never had any intention to marry her. He just wanted her to have the baby. And so for some reason, people love to have conversations about things just out in the open. So while he's telling this to his brother one day in a conversation. She hears him and goes ballistic because it's just like, you told me we were getting married. That's the only reason why I was having this baby. I don't want this baby. And you plan on trying to leave me after the baby is here. So after that happened, she went into labor, had the baby girl. And he's like, he had the good sense not to leave her alone with the baby. So he asked the nurse, like, can you stay in here with her? What am I trying to say? And while all of this was going on, he was running for mayor. So, after he won all that type of stuff, he got custody of her. Well, no, let me take that back. Let's go back to the hospital with the nurse. The nurse heard her, like, basically standing over the baby, threatening the baby, like, I never wanted you. And we never got into detail, like, the horrible things that she said to baby girl, but it was obvious that she never wanted her. And I made a TikTok. I think I'm going to put it in here somewhere, like, maybe right here. And I was like, I want her gone. Because, like, what was it? My last 2 episodes. I tell y'all all the time how I can't stand kids. It's always and forever fuck them kids over here. But that do not mean literally fuck them kids. Like, you're not going to mistreat children. And that's what she was trying to do. So, but then one day she comes into the house. She done signed over her rights. And she dips. And she been gone for the last, how old is baby girl? 3 years. So she been gone for the last 3.5 years. And then all of a sudden she just pop up. So come to find out, she's had mental, and I don't mean to do like this, but she's had mental problems this whole time. But I feel like her family just let her do bullshit and they cover it up by saying she's mental. Or it could be that she's actually mental and they're, what am I trying to say? Like, they're not actually doing anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, she goes to institution, then as soon as she serves her time and she's out, she's back to doing bullshit because she refuses to take her medication because, like, some mental people, it's just like, oh, I've been taking them for so long, I'm good, I don't need them anymore. Not realizing or refusing to acknowledge that the medicine is what's keeping you even keel. So as soon as you stop taking it, whatever is going on in your brain or how that works is gonna start back up again. And so she showed up to the house like, I want to see my daughter. You have no right to keep her away from me. But it's like, you signed over her rights, so even though she is your daughter, you have no rights to her. There's nothing you can do here. So they get her away, and at first because Azil saw that it was her, and he went and got his brother, and they were trying to discreetly, like, get her out of there without Desire knowing what's going on. So, of course, Iris is making all of this commotion, all this noise. So they have no choice. What am I trying to say? Desire comes and says, what's going on? And he was fucked up for this, really, because he didn't want to explain all of what I just told y'all to her. So it's kind of just like, don't worry about it. She signed over her rights, so she's not seeing my daughter. And then he basically tells her to mind her business. Like, it's not your business. I'm not going to tell you about it. So your opinion on this matter does not matter, which was messed up because Azaria loves her some Desire. She started calling her mom, like, all that type of stuff. So it's just like, so for you to throw up in my face that I'm not her mother and to tell me it's none of my business, it hurts. And so while they're going through that, and then of course, like, the family's still there, so his mama heard him. And when Desire, like, walked away, she comes and says, now you're wrong. And he tried to tell his mama, like, it ain't none of your bitch. She's like, boy, don't play with me, I'm your mama, and you don't tell your wife that it's none of her business about what's going on. So in attempts to make up with her, he runs down the whole story of, this is what's going on, this what happens, and this is why she needs to stay away from us. Desire gets it. And so what she figured all along was actually true. The messages coming to her phone from this, like, fake account and fake number was Tammy, except for that very last message where it says, I'm coming for what's mine. That shit was from Iris. And at first they couldn't figure it out because she had covered her steps very carefully until I guess she actually showed up to his house, or their house, excuse me, and she sent a message to a number. So it's like that's how they traced it back to her. So she goes away, and like they're not too much worried about it, but they're having an event, or they went to an event, and at the end of the night, Desire goes to the bathroom, and this heifer, talking about Iris, is dressed up as a janitor and attacks Desire. Like, she tried to stab my girl, but Desire got the knife away from her. You know, they fighting in the bathroom. She punching the shit out of her. And once again, because the whole thing was, it's like she trying to come back to get her daughter only so she could have a way to get to Azil. Because her thing, while they fight in that bathroom, is, you stole my life. This is supposed to be my life. It's like, no, it wasn't. Azil lied to you, and he's trash for that. He is so trash for stringing you along to make you believe something just to get his child. He is trash for that. I do not agree with that whatsoever. But baby girl is here now. You signed over your rights, so you don't have to deal with her like you wanted. Because that's what you said. You said you didn't want kids and you didn't want to deal with her. So you got what you wanted, but you just don't get the man that you want. And it's like, why you can't go find somebody else? Why you got to do this? You can find somebody else. But she don't want nobody else. She want him. And I think she wanted to be the mayor's wife. You know what I mean? Because are they called first ladies? I can't remember right now. Like, my mind is drawing a blank. But it's basically like, that's what she wanted. She wanted the glitz and the glam. And she didn't get it. So she was basically trying to fight or kill Desire for that. And I'm like, even if you feel that way, why wouldn't you? Well, she wants him. Duh. I just answered my own question. I was going to say, why not attack the man? He the one that lied to you. He the one that strung you along. But you're not fighting him. You're trying to fight the woman. And it's like, even if you did succeed in getting rid of her, it's still not going to be you. Still not going to be you. Now, what's that thing? It was never going to be you. It was never going to be you. Whatever that sound is on TikTok. So, you know, how does that saying go? All's well that ends well. I don't know why that tripped me up like that. But yeah, so, you know, they're doing good. They're doing great. I believe, was she pregnant? Did she end up pregnant? Yep, she did end up pregnant. They actually ended up with twins. Now, I also want to say to y'all who is writing the arranged series, I think only one person walked away with one baby. Everybody else like twins. I said, why we popping out twins? Where did twins come from? And I was like, I know twins don't have to run in your family for you to get twins, because that's not how that works. But I was just like, I don't know, it kind of blew my mind. I'm like, where are the twins? But she ended up with fraternal twins, a boy and a girl. And, you know, baby girl Azaria was too happy to be a big sister. I know they have to go for, what is it, 3, 6, and 9 months, like checkups with Arranged Heart, so they can see how it's going, to see if it's a success story or not. And that's when they brought the twins along. And she let their matchmaker hold the baby. And Azaria was, what you doing, my baby? Like, watching her real close, like, that's my sister. Or was it, that's my brother? I don't know, but it was real cute. Like, that's my baby. Watch what you doing with my baby. And yeah, that's pretty, no, that is it. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace and blessings, my beautiful people.